So Jason is launching a certification program. What kind of program is it, Jason?
This is a NLP and part of a coach training certification. So neurolinguistic programming,
Yeah,
coaching.
cool. Now, Jason's concern was, well, it's a higher ticket program. It's like I don't know what the price is by this point, but it's over $1,000. Let's just say that, or maybe 2,000. I don't know, but somewhere around that range. And so yeah, it's a higher ticket program. It's kind of like an intensive. It's like a boot camp type thing. They get in, get out, they get a certification. It's, a few days or 8 days or 2 weeks or whatever. Okay, let's say. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is because there's a difference between if it was $2,000 for 6 months or a year, it might not be considered high ticket because people go, oh yeah, that makes sense. But especially, the price and the length, that all matters. And in this case, because it's less than 2 weeks long and it's 1,000 or 2,000, then it's definitely considered a high ticket item. And so how do we launch it? Jason says, hey, well, your rhythm of gentle launches, is that going to work for this kind of thing? So here's the thing, like gentle launch just means that two things. One is we are being very cautious of how many emails we send, like how much we might be bugging the wrong people. Now, the people on your email list, you have quite a few email subscribers and social media followers. Not all of them are the right fit for this thing. So that's sort of my philosophy behind the gentle launch, is because I'm like, a launch, I'll say it this way, gentle, lazy launch. Actually, I just always put that in. Maybe that'll sell better if I call it like that, because it's like, gentle and lazy launch means I'm just going to put it out to all of my social media followers, all of my email subscribers. And because not all of them are the right thing for every product, 2 emails is fine, and 2 emails will get the right people to say yes. That's really key. So the question, Jason, back to the real question, Jason, is how do we get the right few to see it enough times for them to then make a decision? And also then how do we get not the right few, but still we want them part of your right audience, because they're going to buy other things in the future. They're going to get impacted in other ways, but we don't want them looking at all them. So here's the key. You can set two ways. And can you hear, you're nodding. What would you say at this point?
I hear, and I'm starting to get an idea already. I think what you're going to say, well, I'm not 100% sure, but my thought would be put an initial kind of gentle email out to everybody, and potentially send them to a web page, and then have them be pixeled so that the people who self-select can be marketed to in Instagram and Facebook would be my guess.
Brilliant. That was actually even better than I thought. Well, I was going to suggest that you could, which a lot of people do, is they do like, if you want to be part of the launch or waiting list, like if you want to learn more about this special program, sign up here, opt in here. But what you're saying is even more savvy, which is, well, gosh, if I get them pixeled, then I could just run Facebook, Instagram ads to them. They don't even have to sign up for anything. Why don't we do both? So why don't you set up a web page that it's a very simple, elegant opt-in. And it's, George, I thought you don't believe in opt-ins. Well, this is a special case. And I think opt-in here makes a lot of sense, right? Just like if I may show my screen real quick, I have a kind of an opt-in. Like I have, if you go to georgecow.com/invitations, this is a special place where people go where they just want to hear about my workshops and coaching. Now that's a really broad brush. So I send to this list, all my launches go to this list. But what I'm saying is to set up a special place like this, where it's like, if you are really, you want to say serious, or you want to be, if you really, really want to learn this stuff, you want to get intensive about this stuff, this is the special place to hear about it. And don't do the MailChimp thing like I have. Do it on your own webpage so that you can pixel them in case they don't sign up. You can still market to them. So yeah, Jason, that's it. And then in that list, now you feel better about sending 80 emails instead of 2, or 4 or 6 or whatever it may be. You see what I mean? Part 1. Part 2 of the more focused launch is to individually invite. So Jason, do you have right now, if I made you say, I'm going to give you half an hour, can you email 5, 10 people, 15 people in the next half hour that you think, I should at least invite them and think of it this way. So one person might think, oh, I feel shy about selling specifically to Eric or Mira. Like, am I like trying to single them out for selling to them? No, I think of it as this is a special program. Of course it is, because otherwise it wouldn't be high ticket. They have more access to you, et cetera, et cetera. Eric and Mira, like, they've been engaging with me in special ways, and they ought to know about this. Like, I want them to know about it before everyone. I want them to, because Jason, how many spots can you have in this each time?
Yeah, like 12 is the maximum.
12 disciples, right?
Right.
So
I need a haircut.
yeah. So keep the haircut. So you have 12 disciples, right? But yeah, I mean, it's like you have 12 spots. I mean, same thing when I launched Masterheart. There's only like, well, 70 spots or it's 80 spots. So it's not as many, but you have 12 spots, especially you need to let Eric or Mira or Gregory or whoever know, like, listen, before I send this out to everyone. So that means, Jason, you need what I call the stages of launch. So
Right.
how many weeks away, hopefully?
It's
You have?
9 months away. I mean, I have plenty of time.
I love how you prepare, man. This is great. Like,
I learned from the
I was
best.
afraid you were going to say 9 days away. And then like, oh my God, your circles of launches are going to be like 2 days, 4 days, 6 days. But yeah, 9 months, that means, well, basically you can then say, well, okay, you might have, you kind of work backwards to say that if it starts in 9 months, everyone should absolutely be confirmed, by month 8.5, 8.5 months from now, they should be absolutely confirmed. Like the deposit is in, right? Which means 8 months and a week away, they should have said yes and get ready to you have this like timeline where you kind of keep going back, which means then 7.5 or 7 months and 3 weeks away from now is when you should let the full audience know, your full email list know, this is the final chance to apply, right? And so basically the final stage is to let everyone know its final chance to apply. And then the stage before that is to let the special launch list know, final chance to apply. And the stage before that is to let your special circle, individual emailed, know, hey, Eric, last chance to apply before I allow the specialist to apply. You're even more special than the specialist, essentially, is what you're saying. Make sense?
Yeah, that's awesome. I have 2 quick follow-up questions.
Sure.
If we have time.
Yeah.
If I could remember them, because I'm trying to get all this down. So, okay, two questions. One on the same subject is, I have like some spaces available for people to come and resit at a lower, because they get to come in, they get to assist, they get to resit.
Okay,
Should
cool.
I seek to get those people before the special list even?
Now they're redoing the program. They're paying for it?
Yeah, they would be paying for it, but maybe at a discounted rate.
At a discounted rate. Okay,
that might be part of a special circle to say, hey, you've been here.
Yeah. So
come back?
Let me ask you this: like, if all 12 spots were discounted, you wouldn't mind, or would you only want 6 spots, 3 spots?
I would have to think about that.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
So either I could do all of them at that price, or I could say there's 4
Yeah.
people maximum, and that would
Yeah.
be the pre.
Right. Yeah. So exactly. You're looking back, you're backcasting, and you're saying there are different circles of enrollment, is what I call it. The largest circle being everybody that you know, and the middle circle being, hey, a special list of people who want to hear about this, or maybe your most dedicated fans. You have a special way to segment your list. So the top circle, outer circle, everyone on your list, everyone you can ever reach. Middle circle is special segmentees in some way, and then the inner circle is individual outreach. And so essentially you're creating a more inner circle to say, before I even give the spots to, they said, hey, before I get,
which I think is actually, you could do the same. It's fractals. So you could go reach out, personal outreach to the first people, then send it to the larger list.
Which I do, which is why it's so great that you have all this time to plan, because now you could say, now you can kind of plan it out to say, all right, and each circle, you could kind of like reach out twice, right? Each circle is like, hey, I want to let you know this is happening. Please let me know. So Jason, if I'm reaching out to you, it's like, hey, TLC is happening. Would you please let me know by July 1st, whether you're in or not? So that's my first email. I'm sending this out to you on June 7th. Would you let me know by July 1st? Okay. I should then send you a second email, absolutely, maybe even a third email. But let's say the second email, if I'm only sending you 2 emails, I would send you a second email on June 25th to say, hey, Jason, just 6 more days, 5 more days before I allow everyone else to know about this. So every circle gets at least 2 emails, if not 3.
Very cool. Awesome. Very helpful. Thank you.
Thanks, Jason.
My second follow-up,
Yeah.
it's kind of a different subject a little
Okay,
bit.
we'll
So
do a separate one.
Yeah.
Yeah, separate video for this.